Yes, ma'am. You continue, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So what is research? So being educational research at that place, you know, everyone knows what is research. So most of the participants who are here are doctorates. We can't get a doctorate without doing research. So what is a research? When just look into research stands for an organized and systematic way of finding answers to certain questions. So these questions will be mostly scientific in nature. So we need to understand the process of scientific, and therefore the problem should be rightly defined. Once we are able to define this in a proper manner, systematically we are going to find the answer for that problem. So that will be called as research. So it's a systematic investigation into the study of materials and source in order to establish facts and reach new conclusion, right? It's mostly fact-finding process. We'll be trying to know something from what is unknown till date, okay? So there will be certain relations. Based on those relations, we are trying to derive those relations and finally land up with, if these relations are all existing, then this will also exist. So that's what we are doing as a research till now. So research is most important part in scientific life, right? So we ourselves being doctors or doctorates, it's a part and parcel of our life. We usually have to plan our actions and work our actions and try to assimilate our thoughts in such a way that we will be able to find new things to the society. Okay, so this is how our research is combined in our day-to-day life. So every day we are doing research. We won't be stopping this part until our death. So it continues, right? So this research will be conducted systematically, validated as an hypothesis or an imperative framework. So it is an assembly, a body of substantive knowledge and findings for sharing them in an appropriate manner. So it will generate good questions for further inquiries. So once we come to one conclusion, so that conclusion will be achieved based on certain assumptions, and each assumption will generate further more queries, right? So for example, if we say that everything is whatever we have found at this particular stage is not existing in the previous stage. Suppose we are able to find an ethanol in a new method, right? So there we will come to know that ethanol is already existing, but this new method has identified the same ethanol with a low cost, right? So like that, every new findings will once again generate new panorama of questions, right? So when you are trying to address those questions, still we may just further fine tune and get the answers. So like that, research will be continued. It won't stop as a full stop, right? This is the best we can achieve out of this world. We never put a full stop to the research. It will be continuing either in terms of improving the accuracy, either in terms of improving the amount of product that is being produced, either in terms of reducing the cost of the final products which were able to identify till now. So like that, the research continues. There are various types of research, like we have basic research, we have applied research, quantitative research, qualitative research, experimental research. So just when you look into these types of research that are available, all these things will combine together, or out of this, any one or two can be utilized to finalize the way we are going to find answer to the scientific questions. So we may be exploratory in nature, we may be doing case studies, we may be conducting experiments and taking up observational results. So these things are all types of research. It will be applicable to various parts, right? So when you're going for mathematics, we have to do for applied research on. When you're going for experimental way of analyzing and taking up the results, we have to do observational results. So based on the situation, based on the condition in which we are working, we'll be utilizing any of these types of 9 methods to do our research. So finally, once having conducted all those research, what finally we are going to say about researchers? It's like for our five blind men, trying to feel the elephant and say how it will look like for them. Okay. The person who has touched the part of the trunk, he will say that it is like a snake, right? The person who have touched the tail, he will say it is like a rope. The person who has touched the ears, he will say it is like a fan. So every every person is going to come about with a conclusion, and those conclusions may be right or may not be right, right? So only when we can accept that everything is a research and whatever each scientific person has found out will be applicable in future to the society. So like that only, it's like a blind people trying to feel the elephant, and elephant is nothing but our world, right? Elephant is nothing but our world. As scientists, we are trying to feel one part of that world, and we come to a conclusion. The conclusion will be mostly whatever we know previously. So we can't say this is a trunk of the elephant. We can say only that it is like a snake. Right? That's it goes. Okay. So the person who are reviewing that should be able to accept that more or less the same. And therefore, if it has been accepted, then our results will be available in journal papers. If it has not been accepted, we'll be reworking or may go to a junk. So this is what is happening till now in terms of research. So everyone will try out a problem statement, and we try to answer those problem statement with respect to whatever knowledge we know. So once it has been answered, we'll be submitting to the journals. The journal reviewer should go through that, and he should also try to accept the way in which we have seen is also correct. If both are in acceptance, then it get published and it will be available in our journal papers, right? So this how research is being continued till now. Once it has been successful, we may able to publish in any of the journals. This is certain science index journals, Scopus index journals, UGC approved journals. Like that, there are various types of journals. So in all these journals, we can see that whatever we have done as research is available here, right? So this how doctor or doctorates life moves on with respect to career. Okay. So what makes the difference is that you do the same process here, right? But we we forget to, before publication, we forget to claim or we forget to register that this belongs to you, right? And that's what we are failing. All the researchers are failing. We work all the 2 to 3 years or even to 8 years we work. We finally come to one best conclusion, and we never try to protect it. We directly send it to journals, and the journal people, they will get the copyright sign, right? They get the copyright rights from us, and they do the publication, right? So this is what is happening in with respect to research. But in reality, this work belongs to us. So we should only first claim that this is my work instead of giving the credits to others. Okay. So which will help you to claim that this work belongs to you is the patent rights. Is the patent rights. So that's how your research work is still lying with you with the rights of yours. Okay. So to protect your ideas, to protect your research from others copying it or claiming that belongs to them, IPR comes as a solution. So IPR is intellectual property rights. Property rights. Rights means what? What is rights? Can anyone answer? What is a right? In Tamil, we can say that it is a urimai. Right is a urimai, right? So intellectual property rights. So rights stands for urimai. So intellectual property, it means we have to understand each word here. Intellectual is always something which only human beings have. Other type of animals or other birds, they don't have, right? Intellectual is going to create a property. That property will be protected by rights. That is called IPR. So if you are able to protect your research by using IPR, it will be a great catalyst for you for your progress. Okay. So once you are able to utilize your intellectual property in the right direction, then you are the kingmakers. You will be the top notch, gaining a lot from the society, gaining a lot from the society. But instead, without any gain, we simply give away our work for journals to get published. The third persons or some other person who are going to read through, they will gain that knowledge and try to utilize it for their own purpose. Okay? So to avoid that, intellectual property rights comes as a solution for you. So now we need to understand this IPR in a right manner, how to utilize, how to protect our intellectual ideas for we are the person getting benefited most out of it. Okay. So what is intellectual? Intellectual here stands for ideas. Right. Property in general will be classified into two types. One is called tangible properties, other is called intangible properties. When I say tangible properties, tangible means which you can touch, feel, and see. They are all tangible properties. Like the car, the house, the mouse, the bag, pen, whatever you can see as a product that is available around us, they are all tangible properties. So tangible properties easily will differentiate that this property belongs to this person. Okay. For example, if I have my handbag, if somebody is lifting it, the other person will see like this and he will say, no, no, this handbag belongs to madam. You have to return back to us. Right? Like that, easily it can be identified and therefore a particular owner can easily claim this tangible property belongs to him. Right? So when I say intangible, what is the meaning of intangible here? Intangible means which is not able to see. You can't see that, but it exists. You can't see that, but it exists. For example, ideas. Ideas, can you see the ideas? No one can see ideas, right? Ideas are developed inside the brain. When the brain is subjected to certain situations, it creates ideas to come out of that situation. Depending upon the amount of intellect it has. Intellect means knowledge. Depending upon the amount of knowledge it has, it creates a solution for a particular situation. So there arise ideas. Then, can we claim this idea belong to this person? This idea belong to that person. This idea belong to him. This idea belong to us. Nobody can claim because it is intangible. Nobody can say this idea belongs to this person, right? So once the idea has raised, right, it is very easy that anyone can grab off that idea and say, this is what I have. This idea belongs to mine. Can be easily grabbed off. So simply you have a simple idea of starting a coffee shop, starting up a coffee shop with uniqueness in that, with some uniqueness in that, right? I'm not going to say that what is the uniqueness in that. So what do you do? First, you go to your friends and start discussing about starting up this coffee shop, right? You will be very close to them, for you want to get clarity about your ideas and get the feedback from them to see that whether this business will be a successful one or not. So you'll be clearly describing them what are all you have thought about, exactly whatever you have your thought process is there. Everything will be informed to a group of people who claim themselves as your close friends, right? So you just would have told this in one event, and slowly, because of your commitments, you may not have proceeded in that to a complete success. Slowly, you can see in 1 or 2 days, one of your friend would have started that. Correct. One of your friend would have started that. And he will be start utilizing whatever you have told us ideas, the unique points of your coffee shop. It will be there in that place. So what do you feel? You'll be felt hurt, right? But when you directly discuss with your friend will say it is his own idea. He will say it is his own idea. He want to start a coffee shop, so therefore he has started. And he want to have a uniqueness in his coffee shop compared to all others that is existing. So therefore he has created this uniqueness. And that uniqueness belongs to his own way of doing things. So what happens? Intellectual properties are not tangible, you can't see, and it can be easily taken away by others. Can be easily taken away by others, right? So it is most important that you need to protect these intellectual properties in a safe side. There comes a support to you in terms of IPR, intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights. So you have intellectual, every human being has intelligence. Every human being is not going to convert that intelligence to a property. But those who are capable of converting that intelligence into property, then that property need to be protected. The protection tool for that is your intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights. So you may need to understand the in and out of this IPR, because we are not laymen's, we are all scientists, we are all doctorates. We work more on brain. Brain works a lot for us to give more ideas, more thoughts, and more way of intellectuals. So these intellectuals, we are simply ignoring it and not taking care about what it is giving to us. What it is giving to us. So it's a right time to know about what is intellectual property rights and try to protect all your ideas in a right manner and have a better life. That's all. That's the most important thing what we can say here, right? We have to have a better life. So ideas are plenty in our side, but we need to see that it has been protected and it has been in the right direction utilized. Okay. Somebody says it's not audible. Is it audible?
Yes.
Am I audible to all?
Yes, madam.
Yes, I am audible, right?
Yes, madam.
Yeah,
Yes,
thank you,
yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. You are audible, ma'am.
So, ideas are our intellectual property. Ideas are all intellectual properties. Those ideas are to be protected by intellectual property rights. Okay. So being in a university, right? Being faculty of a university, why we should go for patents? Why we go for patents? Why should we go for patents? That's the question everybody asks. So actually, I'm a teacher here. So my main duty is to just do teaching. I have to teach my students and see that the students are shining and they are able to clear my subject, and I can produce 90% results, and see that all the students are clearing my subject properly and they are getting good grades. This will be my benchmark, and therefore I am just satisfied with my work. Most of the teachers are in that direction only. They never feel they never feel that it's their important part will be better when they are going to have a lot of patterns in their names. Even the teaching will improve a better manner compared to general normal teachers. Okay, so why as a faculty of university, why we should have patterns? First thing is we'll be having better profile compared to all other colleagues. Right? My profile will be better than others. A faculty with a pattern grant will be treated differently. A faculty with patent grant will be treated differently. His profile will be better than others. A person having more than 100 publications or 200 publication, person with more than IEEE or in Scopus, they were able to publish in a highly reputed journals like in Nature and all. They are treated at one level, means a person holding a patent will be treated in a level greater than him. A person holding a patent will be treated as a person greater than him, right? So that's most important because his profile will be better. And also he will have opportunity to generate revenues, right? He can generate revenue out of the patent. How to generate revenues, I will just show you at the last few slides, right? How to generate revenue out of the patents, I'll just show you, because patents are granted only to the ideas that are capable of commercial viabilities. Only to ideas that are capable of commercial viabilities. Okay. So therefore, it will be easy for you to generate revenue. Having revenue is something what every person's need, right? Having revenue is what every person is in need of. So if somebody says, I don't want revenue, then we won't be in the field of going to job, right? So you're satisfied with your work. I'm satisfied. I have a contented life. I don't want money. Nobody is going to say in that direction, right? So if any opportunity arises, we want to create money out of that. So that's what is everyone's way of moving things will be there. So having patents will definitely generate money for you. So you can just go ahead and see that how you're going to create revenue out of the patents that have been filed. One more important thing, as per our university norms, you can either publish in SAE journal or have one patent grant, then your PhD will be completed. So all researchers who are ME graduates may become PhD candidate, PhD holders, once they are able to completely get a patent grant. Once they are able to completely get a patent grant, they can even complete a PhD and have a doctorate degree before that. Definitely it will help in promotions in career. Because your profile is better than others. So you will be the choosy person and you may be asked a lot of questions, or a lot of other people who are around you may treat you as in a higher profile and try to ask you what is patent, how to do patent, how do I get a patent grant, all those things. Your promotions in the career will be taken into considerations. You can become an entrepreneur. You need not be a job seeker. You can be a job provider, right? You offer jobs to a lot of people. You can become an entrepreneur and start earning a lot out of your revenue. So compared to normal people who are just going to job and getting a monthly salary, an entrepreneur, his way of generating money will be 100 times more compared to a normal person going to a job. Okay. So you can become an entrepreneur. By becoming an entrepreneur, you will be improving the GDP of a country. GDP is gross domestic product of the country. So as engineers, it's our duty to improve the GDP of our country. Okay. So all institutions are graded with respect to number of patents. All institutions, they will get good rank in NIRF, World University Ranking, National Board of Accreditation. In all these types of rankings, a institution will get a good name based on number of patents it has filed or it has got grant. So if your institution should have a good name, it should have a lot of patents, right? It should be graded good in NIRF or WUR. It should have lot of patent grants. It should have lot of patent grants. Okay. So then only your institution will be treated as a high-class university. So therefore, since institution is need of patent grants, who can support that? Only faculties who are working inside it should support it. So once they start supporting it, they will be recognized, especially the promotions will be given. The required feedback or revenue will be given to them, right? So like this, indirectly you are enhancing the gross domestic product of the country. GDP of the country is getting improved. So once GDP increases, our national level finance level will also improve, right? So that's how we can contribute back to our country where we are born. So as a duty of the citizen of the country, it's our duty to see that the country GDP is going to improve. Okay, so that's why country is directing universities to do lot of patents. Country is directing universities to do lot of patents. So AICT is supporting universities by many schemes to support their patents. Okay, for example, we have a Kalam scholarship scheme. Kalam scholarships. So which this scheme is going to give back 50% of the patent filed fee. So if in a year, if you're able to file at least 10 patents, this 10 patents filing fees, 50% will be reimbursed back to the institute. So like this, there are many other avenues that are, many other schemes that are there, which will support for patent filing from universities. So hope now you will be convinced for gaining the knowledge of what is IPR to do patents. Okay. You have any doubts up to this? You have any doubts? Yeah. So how to do patents? The most who can do patents? Everybody can do patents. There is no limit with respect to the age or the type of the person he is, etc. Any person who has novel solutions to the problems, they are capable of doing patents. So he can be a professor, associate professor, assistant professor, researcher. It can be a big company, or it can be just a startup, or it is an MSME, or even an individual, even a child. Yeah, anyone in this world, they can be patent holders or patent grant holders, right? There is no limitation with respect to age or with respect to the type of work the person is going to do. So even to become, to vote, you need to achieve 18 years of age. But to hold a patent, you can be a child itself. The most other important question is how to do. How to do. That's most important question in this life, right? How to get a patent grant. How to do this. That's what most of them will be thinking of, how to achieve this patent grant. So, most important thing is we have to be creative, we have to be imaginative, we have to be intelligent, we should have presence of mind, we should be less susceptible to difficult situations, and therefore we can find a solution to the problem, and the problem should be a scientific problem. Therefore, we will be the owner of an IP. Okay. So necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity may be created in many different ways. For example, if you want a career promotion, if you have one patent grant, you will get that promotion. Means you definitely study about what is patents and how to do about this. All those things, all required knowledge will be gained for that purpose, and therefore you will be trying to hold a patent grant, right? So that is one type of necessity for all engineering colleges, right? Another type of necessity is the situation that is this demanding that this need to be solved. Otherwise, you may have a great loss or you may lose your life, like that. Any necessity that is created in the society, right? Necessity that is created in the society means it's a problem only. It's a problem. So if I ask God for lot of knowledge, but God will never give knowledge. He will give only situations to gain knowledge. Right? Like that, if you want a patent, you will be subjected to situations. Those situations are difficult situations, and you have to think in such a way that how to solve these difficult situations. For example, I just tell you one simple problem. Around 1990s, everyone would have known that cool drinks, bottle drinks, right? Which had a cork over that, cork bottle drinks, like Coca-Cola, Gold Spot, 7-Up. These things are previously it has been served using bottle, which is having cork over that, right? So one company, to celebrate his success, they went to a trip. They went to a trip for trekking. Okay. So as usual, we all know that once we go for a trekking, it will be very tired, and after that we may have to take some cool drinks to refresh ourselves. So they are well prepared. They took a lot of cool drinks bottle, prepared everything, kept inside their vehicle, and they went for a trekking. Once they returned back, all are very tired and they want to have the drink. Everyone is served with a bottle, but they forgot to take the opener. They forgot to take the opener. So nobody could open the cork. The cork was completely sealed perfectly that the liquid will not fill out. So whatever methods they try, they were not able to open the cork. The fluid is there and the necessity is also there. The people are all tired and they want the cool drinks irrespective of whatever can be done, right? So if they try to break the bottle, the liquid will be spilled over and the glass pieces may also get contaminated inside the liquid. So they can't even drink that liquid, right? Now you can just think of the situation, right? This is a problem they have undergone. So since they were not able to open the bottles, with all the tiredness, they brought back all the bottles and returned to the person from whomever they have bought it. So this situation, there were more than 20 people, but only one person just thought of and said, why can't we find a solution to this? If at all there is an opening which can be easily opened that is attached to the bottle itself. Instead of carrying it separately, since it does need to be carried separately, the opener has been forgotten. If the opener is available inside the fluid bottle itself, it would have been very easy for them to drink that at that stage. So this is a solution. This is a solution. He just not thought of this idea. He worked out over that idea and finally found a opener that is attached to the bottle itself. Now you can just see all the tinned Coca-Cola bottles, which is having an opener. When you just pull up the ring, it opens. Right? You pull up the ring, it opens, right? So that's the state. So that is a novel solution that has been provided by a person who has undergone a situation like this. So finally, since he was able to find that solution, he sold that solution to the Coca-Cola company itself for a rupees of 1 rupee. Since the Coca-Cola company is an MNC company available all over the world, his revenue is in crores. Right? So that's how. So to become an owner of an IP, only thing is you will be subjected to many difficult situations. Instead of being susceptible to those situations, you should think of in a creative, imaginative, and intelligent manner for you get an idea to come out of that solution. And that idea will help you to become an owner of an intellectual property. Okay, so this is how you can do your patent grants, etc. Okay, go for the next slide. So now we go to the traditional definition of what is patents. Okay, as per section 2(1) of J, this is as per available in the Patent Act 1970 book. Invention here means a new product or process involving an inventive step and capable of industrial application. So you can apply patents only for inventions. So first you should know what is an invention. An invention can be a product or it can be a process. It has to have inventive steps and it should be applicable to industrial application. This I have already discussed with you. What are tangible properties? What are intangible properties? Our intellectual property are intangible. They need to be protected. They can be protected only by means of intellectual property rights. So what is an intellectual property? It's a category of property that includes intangible creations of human intellects. The various types of IPR is that not only patents, there are different types of intellectual property rights. One among them is patents. Other type is copyrights. Other is trademark. Other is design, geographical indicators, and trade secrets. Like this, these are all well-known intellectual property rights. Intellectual property rights. About each, I'll just tell you a few words to make you to remember what are they and what they are protecting. What are they and what they are protecting, okay? So this concept of intellectual property was developed in England in 17th and 18th century itself. The intellectual property began to be used in the 19th century, though it is fully not utilized up to 20th century, okay? So now we define what is called as patents. A patent is an exclusive right granted by the government to the inventor for an invention. Okay? It is a right granted by the government to the inventor for an invention. So it is which is new and it should have inventive solutions to an existing technological problem. To an existing technological problem. So patent rights are granted for a limited period of time. For example, all patents are valid up to 20 years. All patents are valid only up to 20 years. If at all you need, they won't give extensions for more than 20 years. After 20 years, it will be going to a common pool where everyone can work using those patents. So this has been given for the purpose of the person is ready to publicly disclose the invention. Why it is being given by the government? It has been given for his public disclosure of the invention. Because there are technological problems in the society. All the technology problems need to be solved. So a person solving the technological problem, if he is the only person who can solve that, he's the only person who can solve that, and he is going to have that solution, some others who are coming across the same technological problem, they will also keep on working. They will not be able to get the solution, or they will also find out a similar solution in a later date. So instead of beating about the same bush, if the person who has found a solution to the technological problem, he is able to give a public disclosure for it, any person who is coming across the same problem will take the solution from the patent manual itself, patent journal itself. So from there, he need not beat the same bush or reinvent the wheel. Instead, a new type of inventions will go on. For that purpose only, government is giving a right for 20 years, saying that you are the sole inventor of this idea, and therefore you can utilize it for your revenue development. Okay? So that's the main idea behind giving a patent. It's not for any other purpose, just to make a solution to a technological solution available to the public. Available to the public. Okay? So that's our patents. Yeah, a patent certificate will be something which will look like this, right? It will have a patent number, it will have an application number, the date of filing will be available, who are the patentees, the list will be available, what is the title of the system will be available, okay? You can have a date of grant when it is being granted. The controller sign will be available. You have a QR code here. So this is how a patent certificate will look like. So this I got, this is my patent. I got a grant for a method and a system for virtual pilot-based channel estimation. Next type of IPR is copyright, which is more important for all for people who are working in technological and education research institutes. Okay. A copyright gives the creator of the original work exclusive rights to it. Creator of an original work, a exclusive right to it. So I am a creator of an original work. I am a creator of an original work. Like I have created a song. I have created or computed a song. I am the creator of that song. So I get a exclusive right for my creation in terms of copyright. It is limited over time. So when you look at the time over which a copyright is lasting for a given person is for the lifetime of the, it is valid for the lifetime of the creator plus 60 years of his successor. Whoever is the successor for his 60 years. This is a valid document for the copyright. So that's the lifetime of the copyright. So patent is valid only for 20 years, whereas copyright is valid for the entire lifetime of the inventor plus 60 years of his successor. So that's the capability of copyright. So all songs, right, creative, intellectual or artistic forms of work, all these things can be copyrighted. For example, the lab manuals, the books we have written, the journal papers that we are sending, all those are all copyrighted. The music, the cinemas, these are all copyright certificates. You are only given copyright because they are having only, it's an artistic form of expression. It's an artistic form of expressing things. Okay, so you get a copyright. Copyright does not cover the idea. It does not have information in them. Only the form and the manner in which they are expressed is being covered under copyright. Idea anga mukkiyam kediyadhu. What is more important is the way it is being expressed. How artistically, how creatively it is being given to the society. That's what is being covered under copyright. This is a copyright certificate. Just for a sample to have a view how it will look like. This is a copyright certificate. Then the next type of IPR is your industrial design. Next type of IPR is the industrial design. An industrial design right protects the visual design of the object that are not purely utilitarian. Utility pattern is there. Utility pattern is or equivalent to the normal pattern. They protect the idea and the technology behind that, whereas design patent will protect the artistic way of the machine works. How artistically the machine has been put forth. Okay, so an industrial design consists of the creation of the shape, configuration, composition of the pattern, colors, combination of patterns and colors in the three-dimensional form, its aesthetic values, etc. This is what has been covered in design pattern. The machine, how does the machine will look like on the first appearance of that? So that's what is covered under patent rights or design patterns. We call it as design pattern. An industrial design can be a 2 or 3 dimension pattern used to produce a product or an industrial commodity or a handicraft. Generally speaking, it is what makes a product look appealing. What makes the product look appealing as such, and it increases the commercial value of the goods. It's going to increase the commercial value of the goods. That's why the products are being bought out by the people in this society. So you think of 2 umbrellas. Think of 2 chairs. One is normally made of wood without any polish, right? Another same, it also serves the purpose of chair being sat, but it is being made of neatly polished with all the required hangings over that, looking so appealing. So what a customer will select, though it is going to give the same purpose of you can sit and relax, the commodity which is more attractive will be selected by the customers, right? So that attraction, that artistic way of presenting that is being covered under industrial design. Been covered under industrial design. So this is a simple design pattern. You have a chair in this model. You have seen many chairs. I've seen many chairs, but this chair has a unique way of look. Unique way of look. It's not equivalent to normal chairs, whatever we have seen. So this will be covered under the shape, the size, how it has been there. Everything will be covered under a concept called as design patent. Next, most important thing is your trademark. Important thing is your trademark. How to do business without trademarks, right? Trademark is nothing but a recognizable sign. It is a design or expression that distinguishes a particular trader's product or service from similar product or service of other traders, right? So everyone can see this green color. What is this? Anyone can remember this? What is this? What shop this represents? You can just give in chat also if you're not able to. If you're not able to identify, or the red color one, if anyone can identify the red color one. Someone can unmute and say. Someone can unmute and say what trademark this symbol represents. Am I audible? Participants? Kindly reply. I'm not able to hear anyone.
Afternoon, ma'am. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah. Now only I can hear you, ma. So you
Ma'am,
can
in
hear
that,
me, right?
yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, in between
That,
nobody is answering my questions. That's why I'm
yes,
getting
I
confused whether
have
I'm
typed,
audible
ma'am,
to all.
in chat box. I have typed that red is a Mindra, ma'am. It is a trademark of Mindra.
Okay, no. Yeah. Given here, Mintra.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Audible, ma'am. My
Okay.
network is poor here, ma'am.
Sorry, it's not from Mintra, ma'am. Mintra has a different
Mintra,
M.
Mintra, Mintra.
Mintra will have different M. This is McDonald's. This trademark symbol is McDonald's, the burger company. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Similarly, the green color is Starbucks. Right? The green color is a Starbucks. Right. Starbucks is a coffee company, right? It's going to give you serve coffee of different varieties. So what is the difference between a normal coffee shop and the Starbucks shop? Most of them will be aligned to go there, take a cup of coffee, sit there for more than 2 or 3 hours, sip the coffee, drink from it, right? So you can even get the similar coffee or a, when just think of what is coffee, it's just milk with the sugar and a coffee powder, right? Milk, sugar and coffee powder. Same thing, you can even get that over the streets. There are a lot of shops. Same coffee you can even get from Vasanta Bhavan. There are different. Or Sarana Bhavan. That coffees are different. But you can also get the word coffee from Starbucks. But the rate of Starbucks and the experience you get when you go inside Starbucks is going to be different. So when just looking into the symbol itself, you will be thinking of how the product is being served to you. Right? How the product is being served to you, how good it is, and what type of respect you have on owning those products. Right? I'm going to have a good leather bag from a reputed company, that is going to give my society symbol. It's going to give my society symbol, right? I'm going to wear branded shirts. That itself shows I'm at a better place in the society. The brand name. It's a brand name, right? And just that will be appealing. That itself will say how better the person is in the society. So like this, these trademarks are creating a pitch in the society, different types of thoughts in the society. That trademark is so important that the company is going to get it. And instead of just seeing the symbol itself, the person will be knowing about the products, the service, how they are going to get it in that place compared to others who are doing the same or similar work. So that's how trademark is so important for all the companies who are going to do business, right? So one coffee in a normal coffee shop may cost up to 15 to 20 rupees. Whereas inside Starbucks, it will be nearly 300 to 400, depending upon the taste and all added flavors that you are going to get. The cost of the amount of the coffee will be so high. But still, people are going there, trying to get that experience, spend the time there, enjoy their time and come back. Okay. So just by seeing the symbol, there is no coffee here, right? But still we can say that it is a coffee shop. Similarly, have you seen a symbol called Apple? Is that company selling apples? Right? It is just a computer company, it's once again a brand name. If you hold a laptop with the Apple laptop, that itself will tell the how better in your society you are, right? Having an Apple mobile phone, iMac phones, definitely it's going to just differentiate the person and just give you that you are in different level compared to others. So that's how trademark influences the society. So a company which is flourishing well should be able to establish their mark like this worldwide. They will be able to establish a mark like this worldwide. See, Myntra will also have M, and this is also McDonald's, which is also having M. Myntra M will be little different. Myntra app, the M will be little different. You can see the M will be like a capital M there. This is like a small M. You can just see, if you have in your phone, you can just open and see what is the symbol for Myntra, and this is for McDonald's. So a trademark can be any symbol or a letter or a set of characters, right? They should be unique and they should represent one company. It should not be the same. Hotel Saravana Bhavan, same Hotel Saravana Bhavan, another person should not claim. So therefore, trademark plays an important role. To get a trademark, you have to apply in a normal procedure. There you get verified whether any person is having similar symbol for them. If so, you will get objections. You have to modify it and resubmit. Okay. So once you're unique, your symbol is unique, then only you get a trademark for your company. So you can use that for representing your company, the product and the service that your company is doing for the world. Something called as trade dress is available. It's also a legal term of art that generally refers to the characteristics of the visual and aesthetic appearance of a product. Last, we saw a symbol which is going to tell about the service, what they are doing. Trade dress is something like a packaging, how the product has been packaged. So this is also a go-go biscuit. This is also Oreo biscuit. Both are having similar package, right? You can see. Both are having similar package, but the color is different. This is a dark blue color, this is light blue color. Right. So this will be called as trade dress. That signifies the source of the product to the customers. Then you have something called as trade secret. Trade secret. You to maintain your business flourishing, you'll be having some unique formula for your business. The unique formula will be known only to the people who are stakeholders of that company. Others should not know. Even the franchises they are creating, they should not know. But still, your product should be in sales and you will be in the top of the business. So in that case, you need to safeguard the secret formula, right? It is a formula. It may be a practice. It may be a process of obtaining it. It may be the design. It may be the instrument, or it may be a pattern, or a compilation of different informations, which is generally known only to business people who are into that economic advantage of that product. Others should not know. In that case, they will protect the formula, practice, or process using trade secrets. Okay. The government will not grant any protection for the formulas or the business that they are doing. Only the business people who are maintaining the formula for their product will be protecting it and guarding the secret and have it secret placed protected inside a wallet. Okay. So this is called as trade secret. This is called as trade secret. Each business must take measures to guard its own trade secret. For example, the preparation of the Coca-Cola soft drink. The formula for the preparation of Coca-Cola soft drink is a trade secret. It will be known only to the person who are very close or who are at the economic advantage of that company. So there are only 4 people who knows the formula who are the owners of this Coca-Cola formula. And it is there in the MOU, it says that all these 4 people should not travel in the same flight, just to protect the trade secret. If they are traveling in the same flight and if the flight crashes, they may lose the trade secret. So to avoid that, so they are protecting it by this means, saying that all the 4 people should not travel in the same flight. So that's the importance of trade secret, which will fetch a lot of money to the business. So there is something called as formula for preparation of Coca-Cola, which has been kept as trade secret. Okay, so hope now you understood different types of IPRs that are available for the protection of intellectual ideas. So intellectual is nothing but what my brain can create. My brain creates novel ideas to difficult situations, then that will be protected by means of patents. If my brain is so artistic, and it can create a presentable way, appealing way of things, then it is protected by means of copyright and design. Copyright for the literary work, design for the appearance of the product. Your necklace, ring, right? Watch, all those things, how it will look like, all those things can be protected by means of design patents. Then trademarks, then comes your trade secrets, trade dress. These are all different types of intellectual properties that are protecting our novel thinkings, novel ideas, right? So now we go into a depth with respect to patents. So what is a patent? Why we talk more on patents is that as people working in universities, we have a lot of opportunities to work for industrial applications or social application that is in need of technological solutions. Once you are able to get a technological solution, you can definitely apply for a patent and become a patent owner. Okay. So what they look to grant a patent is that they look into three important parts. Right. Three important parts should be available for them to grant a patent. First is it should be new. First part, what they look, it can be a product or it can be a process. Product or the process, it should be new. That's what they expect to for the grant. First, what they look is it should be new. New means what? You have done all the work, right? You have written. First we do literature survey. We get a title for our research. And based on the title, we do some mathematical calculation, do some experimental results, clinical validations, everything we have completed. Then what we are going to do, we are going to submit to the journal for publication, right? Once we submit to the journal, it get published. It get published. And we are very happy that it get published and we have got our results good. On doctoral committee meetings, few would have come and they have said, your work so good, so your work is so fine. Why can't you go for a patent? Why can't you go for a patent? At that stage, when you approach for any legal office, IPR people who are working for patent grants, on just verifying that, they'll say that since it has been already published, it is very difficult to get a patent grant. What parameter we are losing there? Once we are publishing, we are losing the parameter called as new. Now, our research work, which we want to claim that this work belongs to me, you have already done a copyright transfer to some other editor. Then, after doing copyright transfer to some other editor, how do you claim that work belongs to you? So, before going for publication, you should first file your patent. File the patent. Need not get grant. Only do the process of filing of patent. Right? Then at the stage of filing of patent, at the date of filing a patent, that idea should not be available previously. That's what it expects. It should be new. The idea should be new. It should have inventive steps. That's the second point. What they look is, it should have inventive steps. The inventive steps implies that the process or the procedure should be new and novel, for it has not been done previously. The procedure to achieve the final result should be clear. That's what expectation is. Okay. So inventive steps means you can't simply say the first ingredient and the last result. First ingredient and the last result. Okay. For example, you can't say just I use jet rubber plant, all those things, etc. This plant, this herb, everything has been utilized. Finally, I'm able to get diesel for this much accuracy. Such type of pattern forms are not accepted. You should be able to clearly say what percentage of every ingredient has been involved and how these ingredients are being treated, right? And finally, you should be able to get a required result. The person who is skilled in the art skilled in the art of similar work, you should not able to know that if you follow that particular process, you will get that result. Only after reading your document, if the person is working over the same similar procedure, should get the results. Right? So that is called as inventive steps. It should be non-obvious. It should be non-obvious. Then only, that's a second important part, what the people see to grant the patent. Okay. First, it should be new. That is, it should not be available anywhere, nor in the social media, nor as a traditional knowledge. Somebody is get hurt, they will say you have to put turmeric. Right? Turmeric will heal the wounds. It is clearly known for us, right? Now you cannot write an application stating that turmeric will heal the wound. You won't get patent grant for that because this is a traditional knowledge that is available in many books. Traditional knowledge that is available in many books. Therefore, you won't get a patent grant. So to get a patent grant, the idea should be new. It should have inventive steps. And it should be commercially viable. It should be commercially viable. If it is not useful to the society, such ideas are not given patent grants. Such ideas are not given patent grants. Right? For example, atom bomb. Atom bomb. On one drop, it can just delete an area. Right? Thousands of kilometers will be destroyed. Thousands of kilometers will be destroyed. It's new, it's novel, but you can't get a patent grant because it is not industrially viable and it is against the human life. And this invention is against the human life, so you won't get patent grant for this. So whatever you are going to find now, you just tune your ideas with respect to these 3 points. And if you are able to do one product which satisfies all these 3 points, and you are going to submit for patent request, naturally you will get a patent grant for that. Okay. So that's what the 4th point what they look is, it should not fall under section 3 and section 4. What is section 3 and section 4 is those patents, those that are not patentable matters. Not patentable matters are listed as section 3 and section 4 in Patent Act 1970. So once you go through the section 3 and section 4 of Patent Act 1970, you won't think of such ideas. You won't work on those such ideas because it's not going to be patentable. So one small example, I can say what section 3, 3D is about combination of materials will give you some combination of materials is not patentable. For example, just attaching 2 fans back to back and claiming that this fan will give you 360-degree air. One fan, one table fan is going to give air only for 180 degrees. It will turn from right to left or left to right, and it can provide air for 180 degrees. In order to get air for 360 degrees, you are going to attach 2 fans back to back and allowing it to rotate. Allow it to rotate. So what happens? You get air in 360 degrees. But it is not patentable in the sense that it is only combination of 2 devices. It's only combination of 2 devices. Okay. A bucket with a torch, a cap with a torch. All these type of thing are combination of materials where you won't get patent grants. You have to combine the materials in such a way that it is going to give a novel output. Combine the materials in order that it is going to give a novel output. Such things only are patent granted. Such things are all patent granted. Like this agricultural way of generating things, agriculture, right? How to sow the seed and how to get the yield, more yield the process and the procedure for the agriculture. These are all not patentable because once it is got patented, nobody can able to use it properly. So such things are not patentable. Similarly, medicinal process and procedures, they are not patentable. Whereas agricultural equipments are patentable. For example, if I am just finding a machine for weed removing, it is patentable. If I'm going to find a machine for sowing the seeds, it is patentable. If I'm going to find a machine for cleaning or wrapping the seeds with respect to required number of kgs, it is patentable, right? So any device that is used in agricultural process are patentable. Similarly, surgical instruments are patentable, but the process or the surgery is not patentable. So just government will be very careful to give rights to the human beings. So they have given the list which are not at all patentable under the sections 3 and section 4. Section 4 deals about the uranium, plutonium, all those materials which are hazardous to the earth, as well as atom bombs, all these covered under section 4. Okay. So if any of our ideas are with respect to these things, you won't get patents. So you can do the ideas. If it is commercially viable, you can go for business and try to get the business done. Try to do the business done, but you can't expect a patent for that. Patent grants will not be available. Okay. Yeah, that's what I have already explained you in detail about what is meant by patents and what is called as new here. It should not be published anywhere, not only published in India, it should not be published anywhere in the world. So to identify whether it is new or not, the patent office will do patent search. Patent search using separate databases. You have many different search engines for that. Like Google Patents itself, one search engine where you can search for different patents that are available in using the keywords. Okay, Google Patents is one of the search engine. Similarly, you have paid softwares like Derwent, Excel Scout, and Patseer. Like that, there are many paid softwares. Difference between paid and non-paid will be if it is a Japanese patent or Chinese patent, your non-paid softwares will give as in their language itself, whereas paid softwares will give human translated version of the paragraphs. It will be easy for us to understand whether our particular invention is available in those countries. So not only published in India, it should not be published anywhere else. That's what is expectation. So to get a patent grant, it will be searching for the entire world. So what is an inventive steps? I already expressed. Should have technical advancement as compared to the existing knowledge. Should have an industrial application. Anyone should be able to use it. Simply finding and that has not been utilized anywhere means it's not a patentable matter. Okay. So most of our institute-based patents are all lying simply at the institute. They are not being commercialized. So what is expected is that all the patents are to be commercialized properly. Few examples I already told that cannot be patented, right? So these are the few sections. Section 3A deals about frivolous inventions. Inventions contrary to the well-established natural laws are not patentable. That somebody claims that my mission is going to give more than 100% of performance. So more than 100% means what? 100% itself the maximum. More than 100% is not at all natural, right? So that's why such patents are not patentable. 3B says about the commercial exploitation or primary use of the invention, which is contrary to the public order or morality. Like, for example, housebreaking machine, gambling machine, all these things are not patentable, right? So you need to identify machines that has good morality and good public order. Which is going to destroy public morality or which is going to destroy public order, then such things will not be patented under section 3B. Under section 3B, right? So you need to know these sessions in this case because you will get a first examination report based on the sessions. FER says that according to section 3A, according to section 3B, your invention is not patentable. So all these are available in patent law. Patent Act 1970 book. This Patent Act 1970 is available in our Patent Office website itself. Right. Section 3C says that mere discovery of a scientific principle or formulation of an abstract theory or discovery of any living thing or discovery of non-living substance that is occurring in nature, all these things are not patentable. Example, if you're going to just say Newton's law, wherever words வச்சு சொல்றீங்க அப்படின்னா அதை எடுத்துக்க மாட்டாங்க. Discovery of microorganism, நான் இந்த organism புதுசா கண்டுபிடிச்சிருக்கேன், ஆனா அது actually existing in the earth. So that will not be taken into consideration for patent grant. Section 3D, mere discovery of new form of a known substance. ஒரு substance இருக்கு, அதனுடைய new form சொல்லிட்டு அது அந்த new form is known for the efficacy of the substance. Then in that case, it is not patentable. In this case, they are just told there are few salts, esters, polymorphs. All these are pure form, it's already known. Combining these two and then saying that it gives better efficacy. It means that the crystalline form of the known substance. In that case, it will not be patentable, right? Section 3D, mere discovery of any new property of a new use for a known substance or the mere use of a known process or a machine or apparatus unless such known process results in new product or employs at least one new reactant. அப்படி இருந்தாதான் அதுக்கெல்லாம் வந்து பேட்டர்ன் கொடுக்க முடியும். அப்படி எதுவுமே இல்லை, அதை கம்பைன் பண்ண எனக்கு இந்த மாதிரி ரிசல்ட்ஸ் வந்துருச்சு அப்படின்னா அதுக்கெல்லாம் கொடுக்க மாட்டாங்க. இப்போ ஆஸ்பிரின்ன்றது ஆல்ரெடி ஹார்ட் எயில்மெண்ட்டுக்கு யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க, ரைட்டா? ஆனால் ஆஸ்பிரின் வந்து aspirin is generally used for headache, right? If you claim that aspirin can be also used for heart ailment, it's not patentable. Similarly, we know the uses of neem. Many uses are there, right? So out of one use, you are going to use it for another use and so writing the patents means you won't get the grant. Section 3E says that this is the admixture, mere admixture resulting only in the aggregation of the property of the components. Therefore, it will not produce this different answers. Right. For example, paracetamol, which will be a combination of brufen and paracetamol. Combiflame is one tablet, which is just a combination of paracetamol and brufen. Combining together, it's going to work. So like that, there are a lot of sessions here. All these sessions will have its own importance, which will say it is because it's an admixture, you can't go for, it is not patentable. Section 3F is mere rearrangement of the work. Already I told this, right? A bucket fitted with a torch, an umbrella with a fan, a clock with a radio signal, like this. Combining two things, you can't claim that this clock is going to give me FM signals. I can hear radio using the clock itself. That's a new novelty for you. Like that, you should not go and claim for that. 3H, under 3H only, the methods of agriculture or horticulture is being banned, giving patent. Whereas agricultural equipments are patentable. 3I, medical processes are banned for patents, whereas medical equipments are patentable. Under 3J, plants and animals in whole or any part thereof other than microorganisms, but including seeds, varieties, and species, and especially biological process for production or propagation of plants and animals. These are all not excluded from the patents. You can't do the essential biological process for propagation or production of animals and plants. They are not patentable. Whereas cloning can be done, right? Cloning of plants, cloning of animals. You can just look in for how to grow a particular, from stem cells, how to grow a particular type of object or the organ of a body. Those things you can go for patents. But these are creation of the plants, creation of an animal as a whole, or a part of the plant or part of an animal, creation of a seed. These things will be available in nature itself. You can't claim that it's been created by you. So essential biological process or propagations or production of the animals. The process, you're finding a process and saying that this is your idea. Then that is not patentable under section 3J. Section 3K, all computer algorithms, mathematical models are all not patentable. Section 3L, literary work, drama, music, artistics, these are all not patentable. They all fall under the subject matter of copyrights. They won't fall under patents. So if somebody is claiming patent for those things, you will be refused, saying that according to section 3L, yours is a literary work. So you should go for only for copyright. Section 3M is a mere scheme of or a rule or method of performing mental act or method of playing games. They are not patentable. 3N is presentation of information. What are the spoken words? How it will be displayed one by one, two methods together, 5 symbols together, the diagrams. These things are all will be not patentable. The presentation of information is also covered under copyrights. How it is been artistically presented. Section 3P, inventions which are of traditional knowledge. I told about turmeric, neem. So this herb will be used for certain thing. When you say that, if it is already available in traditional knowledge, Siddha or Ayurveda, they are all dealing with the traditional knowledge of the people, right? So if it is available in that version and you are going to just present it in your version and ask for patents, they won't say, they won't give you. They just simply say that this is available as a traditional knowledge. Section 4, you have Atomic Energy Act. Inventions relating to compounds of uranium, beryllium, thorium, plutonium, radium, graphite, lithium. These are all not patentable. Okay, so hope now you understood what to get a patent grant. What is more important? 3 mantras. It should be new. It should have inventive steps. It should have commercial usage, right? And it should not fall under section 3 or section 4 of the Patent Act 1970. These 4 are the mantras where you should keep it in your fingertips while just starting to go for a patent, right? So what are the procedures that are available in patent grant? I just give you in one simple diagram, for we have only some 20 minutes left. Stages from filing to grant of a patent. You have to file an application, right, for patent. The required concern, all details, fee details, cost details, everything is available in this website, www.ipindia.nic.in. www.ipindia.nic.in. This has the complete details about how to file a patent and what are the stages of it. Right. Same thing, whatever is applicable here, I just given in single thing. So just went in for a diagrammatic version of explaining you. Okay. So first we have to file a patent, means you have to file certain forms inside the patent office. Okay, that is called as filing of patents. Important forms are Form 1, Form 2, right? Form 1 is nothing but it's going to have details regarding who is the applicant, who are all the inventors. Applicant today address, our contact details, inventors today address our whether you are an Indian or a foreigner. Only Indian can file patents inside India. Aduvum, inside India, you have been geographically divided into 4 places, right? For South India, Chennai is the patent office where you have to file, right? That is Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Andhra. All of them will file their patents only at Chennai office. Similarly, the states that are close to Calcutta, they have Calcutta office where they have to file. Similarly for Delhi and similarly for Bombay. So they are splitted geographically where the patents, original patent need to be filed. Original means that have been, first time it has been created, right? That has to be filed in that place. To verify that the form 1 is available. What is your name? Who is your applicant? What is your address? These details will be collected in the form 1. Then form 2 is the most important thing, which is going to have our technical details, techno-legal documents of our ideas. Techno-legal document of our idea, right? It's going to have what is the title of our invention? What is the background work? What is the background work? What is the novelty you are going to claim? Detailed explanation of it, the drawings, the abstract, the summary, all these things will be available in the techno-legal document of Form 2. Okay. This Form 1 and Form 2 are most important. And then there is another form to say that whether you want to go for early publication or normal level of publication. Early publication is it will publish, it will make your, whatever your file will be published in the patent website. That is the first stage of movement for all the patents. From filed status to published status. For normal applications, this published status you can achieve only after 18 months. Whereas for fast publication, this can be achieved within 1 month. Can be achieved within 1 month. For that, you need to file a required form. Request for doing a fast publication. Okay. That's for publication. Once it is been published, so it has moved from filing stage to publication stage. Whatever matter you give, everything will be published by the patent office. So what is their aim and idea of getting your patents and publishing? They want to give it to the public use. They want to give that idea to the public use. So that's why they just obtain it and then publish it. Whereas for our case of normal research, getting a publication itself is a very, very important milestone, right? So we submit a draft, the draft will be read and 2 reviews will reply for you. You have to, based on the replies, you have to give the reply or upgrade your work and then resubmit. Once they accept only, they will go for publication. That is the case for normal literature paper publication. Whereas for patents, it's a very easy. You can even give poem and file, pay the required fee, they will publish it. They will never read what is there available inside. So that's a case of publication with respect to patents. So once it get published, right, it will be published after 18 months for normal form. You want within 1 month, you have to do a fast publication form and pay the required fee. Then it get published within 1 month. Okay. Next, it will stay there in the stage even for 2 years and slowly get abandoned. If at all it need to be verified, it need to be examined, you have to submit a request for examination form. You can submit this while filing the application itself. But you have to file within 18 months. You need to file it, the request for examination. Or you can have to file at least within 48 months. If any particular patent has not received request for examination within 48 months, all those patents that are published will be abandoned. If request for examination has been filed for a particular patent, then it goes to the controller for examination. It goes to the examiner for examination. Until then, it lies in the system. So no one is going to see what is you have filed, what has been published. Only when you are going to file the request for examination, it will go for evaluation process. Okay. On examination, the examiner will give you examination report. That is called as FER, First Examination Report. First Examination Report, FER will be given. Having seen the FER, you have to reply to the FER within 6 months. You have to reply to the FER within 6 months. Okay. If you fail to reply to the FER within 6 months, patent will be abandoned. If not, you are replying to the FER and the examiner is satisfied with your reply, he may grant your patent. If he is not satisfied with your FER, you will get one more chance called as hearing. That I have not put that part here. After FER, before grant of patent, there is one more box called as hearing. So having read the FER, if the examiner is not satisfied, he may just call you over one-to-one meeting. One-to-one meeting, that is called as hearing. So a Google link will be shared. Through the link, the examiner will appear before us and he will clarify all the doubts, what we have made as mistakes while during filing of the patents. So we can accept this or we need not accept that. We can explain him why we have written in that direction and we can convince him what is our actual claim is. What is our actual claim is and what he has understood is correct or not. He may give us suggestions to modify this claim, put together these two claims or remove this claim like that. He may give us suggestions. It's up to us to accept it or not accept it. But once after hearing, we should give a reply to that hearing within 15 days. Reply to the FER is 6 months. Reply to the hearing is only 15 days is allowed. So within 15 days, we should be able to give the reply to the hearing. So if he is convinced at the hearing part, the patent may be granted. If still not convinced, you may go for abandoning of the patent. But even now it doesn't stop. You can directly go and file a suit for not granting your patent in the court of law. Until then, no court of law, right? It's only between you and the patent office. So even if you're not able to get a grant, you can directly go for an appeal. And then you can explain before the legal judge your state, and they also, a person representing the patent office, he'll also be coming. They also defend with respect to their way of why they are not given the patent grant to a particular patent like this. And it's a decision of the appellate board to either revoke or amend it. Either revoke or amend it. Okay. So this is the stages from the grant to, from the application to the grant. You have any doubts now?
Participants, if you have any doubts, kindly post it in the chat box. Dear participants, if you have any doubts, kindly post it in the chat box. Otherwise, you unmute your mic.
Yeah.
Participants, kindly post your questions in the chat box. You can unmute your mic and you can ask and discuss. Am I audible? Am
So having got a grant, it doesn't mean that there it ends. Okay, for patent,
am I
it is
audible,
valid
ma'am?
up to 20 years. So we have to maintain the patent by paying the renewal fee. That is also one more important parameter, which most of the people will forget. Having got a grant, that's the end. They may think in that stage, but in reality, patent renewal fee will not be there only for the first 2 years. That is from the date of filing up to 2 years, there is no renewal fee. Even if you get a grant after 5 years, you have to pay the renewal fee for the past 3 years. Right? So that's the details about that. The fee need to be paid from 3 to 6 months from the date of recording in the registry. No fee for the first 2 years. For the rest of from 3rd year to the 20th year, you have to keep renewing, keep the patent in force by paying the renewal fee. Delay up to 6 months from due date is permissible on the payment of the fee for extension of time. If you need any extension of time, you can submit a request for extension of time. 6 months வரைக்கும் time கொடுப்பாங்க. ஆனா அப்பவும் pay பண்ணலனா patent lapse ஆயிடும். Okay? Hope now you have understood the general process of how to apply for a patent and get a grant for that. We at CIPR at Anna University are meticulously doing this work with all the support from IP office and other people. We help all the industries, entrepreneurs, faculties of other institute also to do their patents. Right? Internal faculties, they won't have any fees because their fees will be covered by our Anna University. Those who are coming from outside, they have to pay the fees to CAPR. That is Center for Intellectual Property Rights, where I work. Okay. So we have been recognized by NRDC, TISC. TISC is the Technology Innovation Support Center, CPAM, and we have MOU with CII and Tamil Nadu Technology Development and Promotion Centers, TNT, DPC. We have MOU with NRDC, right, as a facilitation center. So because we are facilitators, we can conduct awareness programs and support other researchers or individuals, other startups to do the filing of patents, trademarks, and copyrights. All these three we support. Design also. This patents, copyright, design, and trademarks. All these three works we do at IPR, at IPR office. Okay, these are just for CPAM MOU is being shown for you. NRDC MOU is shown for you. Okay. So
Thank you, ma'am.
it's clear. There are few in chat. If anything you want, you can just mail me. I don't think so. There is any question that I need to answer, but everybody appreciated. I'm very happy to see your feedbacks here. Really very informative session. I'm very happy to know that all are so attentive and got some information out of my presentation.
Ma'am, application fee structure. One participant asking about the application fee structure.
Your government has given application fees, right? That you can get it from the www.ipindia.nic.in போனீங்கனாலே patents ல போனாலே அவங்களுடைய fees எல்லாம் என்னன்றது தெளிவா இருக்கும். For an
Okay.
individual or a startup, the fee is around 8,400. 8,400, this is the government fee, right? You can directly go to the office and every form has its own fee. When you pile up all those amounts, like patent filing, examination, and publication fee. When you pile up all these three, the cost may be around 8,600. 8,600. இவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கும். இதுதான் கவர்மெண்ட் ஃபீ. டைரக்டா நீங்க போய் ஐபி ஆஃபீஸ்ல ஃபைல் பண்ணீங்கன்னா, இல்ல யூ வாண்ட் டு ரைட் த ஃபார்ம்ஸ், ரைட் த ஃபார்ம்ஸ் ஆர் டு பி டெக்னாலஜிக்கலி ரிட்டர்ன் ப்ராப்பர்லி, இட் நீட் டு பி வெரிஃபைட் வெதர் இட் இஸ் ஆல்ரெடி அவைலபிள் அப்படின்னா ஒன்னொன்றுக்கும் ஒரு ஃபீ இருக்கும். இட்ஸ் டிபெண்ட்ஸ் அப்பான் விச் ஐபி ஆஃபீஸ் யூ just go and take their help. So every IP firm have their own fees, right? At CIPR, we have a fees for search. To say that yours is a new or novel, அதை சொல்றதுக்கு we collect around 12,000 rupees. For patent drafting, that is filling up form 1, form 2, and the examination form and publication forms, we collect around 12,000 rupees. Okay. So these are compared to other IP offices. Since we are a state government, we bare minimum we collect from the external people. Okay. So regarding furthermore details about the fees, it's better that you approach us in person with respect to whatever requirement you have. If you just come only for FER reply, we collect around only 10,000 rupees and file the FER reply. If you want to know only about hearing, we also do that by collecting nearly close to 10,000 rupees. That's all. Right. So it's a pay and get service. Pay for that particular service and get the service. So that's the model we work for others. Whereas for our faculties and our students, every activity is free here. Every activity is free. So given, no, you want to submit your IDF form and you want us to do free database search, then you have to pay your search fee. If you want to get patent drafting, you have to pay collection of draft fee from the inventor. You can see here. Everywhere you are going to collect a bit of fees, and these fees are officially approved by a finance committee. I can't reduce 1 rupee or increase 1 rupee from my end. Okay, any other doubts? CIPR@anayanu.edu. So happy note, we have done more than we have filed more than 300 patents, and we have got grant for more than 132 grants are available with us. We also got a national award for a top R&D institute from NRDC, CGPDTF. So that's our strength here. You can just have the fee details also established here, right? Patent search 12,500, drafting 8,200, 12,500 for complete specification. Request for examination 2,000, expedite examination 3,000, like this. These are for individuals. Individual joining with others. Others means big entities. Individual joining with others, the fees are like this. Okay. The second column is for the fees for others. Only for hearing 10,000 rupees. Preparation of non-disclosure agreement 1,000 rupees. Like that, these amounts are already been finalized by our finance committee of Anayanu. This for trademark and copyrights. Copyright filing is only 1,500. Trademark watch only 1,500. Preparing and filing trademark application, it's 5,000 rupees. So these are our fees. So finally, what you want us, we want to improve the GDP of the country. So everyone should work towards idea creation and patent grants. All the best to you all. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam.
So now I leave the session. If you have any doubts, you can contact me to my mail. Okay, bye.
Dear participants, feedback link has been posted in the chat box. The chat box.